I gotta remember that I ain't turn my head that way. Cause for some reason, you know what I'm saying? It'd be crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till a couple people get in here, man. Yeah. Matter of fact, where is my? I always forget to grab my earbuds. I think I left them in my. Got it. Hey, if you guys can hear me, can you put a 1 in the chat, please? If you guys can hear me, can I get you to put a 1 in the chat? We'll go ahead and get started here shortly. I don't got my earbuds right now. I don't know what I did with them. If you guys can hear me, can I get you to put a 1 in the chat, please? I'll go ahead and get started here shortly. Yeah, tonight's topic, man, is pretty much like some tips and tricks on how to get a debriefing. You know what I mean? Utilizing S money flow. And it's pretty much going to go. Again, I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Can I get a 1 in the chat, please? I don't got my earbuds in right now. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Let's see. Yeah, the chat is on. I see the mic moving. Y'all want to make sure you guys can, if you guys can hear me, can I get you to put a 1 in the chat for me, please? Go ahead and get started here shortly. Like I said, tonight's topic is going to be about tips and tricks, how I utilize to get debriefing. I'm actually going to show you. I'm actually going to tell you exactly what I did to get my first debriefing. Actually, with the I think it was the economic development community in my town. Appreciate that. Yeah. Let's see. Make sure this is connected. AirPods connected. Okay, cool. Can you guys hear me now? I got my AirPods in, man. Can you guys hear me? Can we get a 1 in the chat or a fire or a 1? Go ahead and get started. Like I said, tonight's live is creative ideas to get a debriefing using SB Money Flow. These are, techniques that I use based on, the information on SB Money Flow. Okay, appreciate that, Shanita. Appreciate that. Yeah, okay, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, you guys. So again, man, the debriefing, and I'm not gonna hold you guys for too long tonight, man. But I'm definitely going to go over how I got my first debriefing, and I utilizing SB Money Flow, utilizing information that I had off of there. I simply created me a proposal off Canva. I used their same colors, their same verbiage, and I took that and put it on a proposal. Utilizing the numbers of SB Money Flow just to give them a general idea of what we do, what our services is, and how we could actually benefit from from utilizing our services, and as well as partnering and teaming and bringing awareness to the community as well, as far as small businesses and the different resources that are actually out there. But again, I want to go ahead and get started on how I essentially went about utilizing SB Money Flow and the numbers, and how you can actually utilize the CRM side of it, or the whole system, man. It got so much stuff on there, but you're able to actually see the emails that you're sending out, and if they are working, and if people are opening them up, if they're reading them, then you can really see and change up how things, how you actually do your emails. You can actually start changing the subject line, because now you see that the emails are being opened up this way, or you can change whatever it is that you're saying at the beginning of the email to make sure that they actually are reading your content. And you can actually see all of that, man, in SB Money Flow. You can see that they actually open the email and everything. You can also see that it was actually delivered. So it breaks everything down to what email was actually delivered to who, and what email was open from which specific contact that you were trying to reach out to. Because a debrief, you simply are trying to introduce the agency or another small business of your service. If that is a teaming opportunity, JV or partnership opportunity, that's essentially what you're doing. And then when it comes to the government agencies, you are simply using a debrief to get ahead of a contract. You use a debrief to, when an opportunity is in the pre-solicitation stage, or really, I'm gonna say and, not even say or, and when you're looking at forecast opportunities that are in these agencies, because from there you're actually able to get in front of the Ostabus, and then the Ostabu is the one that's going to introduce you to the contracting officer or the program manager or whoever that may be that's in that particular office, based on the opportunity that you're actually trying to get ahead of. Because if you got ample time to get in front of an opportunity, let's say that opportunity based on your research, because we always talking about research, whether that may be fpds.gov or whether that may be USA spending. You want to make sure that that, okay, cool. And like I said, in the forecasting side of it as well. So if a agency is actually, I'm going to say, if an opportunity, which comes out every 5 years, you see that they actually been exercising the option every year after that base year, that it's going to, it's going to come out in 5 years. So if you can get ahead of that opportunity, let's say a whole year or maybe 2 years, to get to know that particular agency, then you have a little bit of leeway on when the opportunity actually come out for opportunity, for people to bid on, or for other small businesses to put their bid in on it. So with that, man, like I said, I simply with what I did, I simply did a layout of all of the agencies that my company actually is looking to work with, or we are currently working with. So I put the Department of Defense numbers up there. I put Department of Veteran Affairs. I put up Department of Health. Hold on. Department of Health and Human Services. And then I think I put the Department of Education as well, because I seen that over the course of 4 or 5 years that those departments were spending the most money in my particular industry, based on my particular NAICS codes. So I pretty much made a whole diagram on a Canva proposal and took numbers that I'm about to show you right now from that you've seen before, man, that you've seen before. I simply took numbers off of SB Money Flow and took, the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years, and said, hey, this company has been spending this much money in this year. These past 3-4 years, this particular NAICS code, and this agency has, and this agency, and this agency. Then I broke it down to where I seen that they were actually working with other agencies as well, and once I seen that all of that information is, public information, man, it's easy to put everything together, and just make it look good. Plus, when you're utilizing Canvas templates, you're able to, you know, really put your color or put their colors inside of that template to make it look very more presentable to them. You know, so you know, because how good would it look for you to come to a agency or come to a small business and you have the same color proposal as their colors are. You know, you have the same color or you have the same verbiage as their website has, or as their mission statement has. Like you utilizing that same verbiage in your proposal as well when you are setting up these debriefings, you know, and when you are pretty much creating a proposal for these debriefings, you know. But when you are doing a debriefing, from what I've seen and what I've noticed, when you're doing a debriefing for an agency like a government agency, it's more so focused on like, yeah, you want they want your capability statement, you know, but it's more so focused on telling them what it is that you can do for them, you know, man, because there's a lot of people setting up, you know, a lot of people calling them, a lot of emails coming in. And my very first meeting that I had with a contracting officer that was at the department, that worked for the Department of Affairs, he actually, like, he got me in there quick, man, and brought me into his office and everything. I had my capability statement, you know, nice capability statement, man, you know, printed out for him and all of that, let him know what we did, asked a couple questions from him, you know, what they actually looking for, how they like to do business as well. And then that was it. You know, I didn't really have anything. I wasn't more equipped on having the opportunity in front of him to ask him more questions on what was going on, or have a opportunity that was coming out based on the forecast that was on their website. Like, I didn't have none of that information in front of me. So it was another learning experience for me. You know, so I had to realize, like, yo, these people want to know what type of questions do you have about, you know, projects that we currently have going on right now. You know, that's what they want to know, you know. And so when I realized that, I simply just started taking the information off SB Money Flow and creating a proposal that was geared around them, you know, geared around that particular agency. And then I learned watching a guy on Instagram. Travis mentioned him before. I can't think of his name right now. I think it's Neil. Is it Neil? I think it's Neil. Let me check, man, and see. No, not Neil. It's another guy, man, who has a huge subscription, man. And Travis mentioned him before. I cannot think of his name right now. If you on here right now, Travis, the dude that's on Instagram. You know, I was watching one of his lives a minute ago, and he really was emphasizing on the email. You know, that's really the important, man. That's really how you're going to, you know, really get in there and really get them to. That's how you can really see if they really open up, or if they really trying to pretty much do business with people, or trying to do business with you, or if they also going to see if you are even, you know, let me say creditable, man. Like, if your email is credible, like if you writing something on there that don't make no sense on the subject line, or you have your email is a Gmail account, it's going straight to the not trash, but it's going straight to that spam folder. You know, it's not really, you know, you want to make sure that your email is whatever your first and last name is at yourbusiness.com. You know, you want to make sure that's what that is, so you can have a better open rate, you know, when it comes to that. But I wish I could think of Buddy's name right now, man. But it was a real good email. I mean, a real good live that he had, man, that really honed in on questions and subjects and stuff like that. And he called them like an email framework. You know, it was pretty much like a hook, a why, an ask, and then a signature. You know, it was 4 different parts of what needs to be done. You know, and so I'm gonna show you guys, and I'm gonna write out, you know, what I'm talking about, so you guys can, you know, take a screenshot of it, and you guys can have it later. and then you know, or if you got any questions about it, we can, you know, we can discuss that. But let me share my screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So right here, you see I have email framework, and I got hook, subject line. When it comes to that subject line, man, you want to make sure that you got 50 characters or less. You know what I mean? And you want to make sure that everything is lowercase as well. You know, and I say that because that's what I noticed as well, man. Like, I don't try to put out no long, you know, I don't try to put out no long email. Like, I get straight to the point, man. Like, my email, I'll do something in my subject line. Let's say if I'm talking to a and this is one thing that Hamza put in as well. Like, if I'm starting out a conversation with somebody, with a contracting officer, and I'm introducing myself as a new small business that's looking to do business with them, you know, and you know, I want to try to I want to try to do business without bidding, pretty much. I want to let them know that we're capable of doing certain things. So I want to make sure that they actually see my email. So this is what I've always done when it comes to me introducing myself. This is what I write. That's it. We are here to serve you. You know what I mean? And then I started out like that. Good day. And let's say good day, John. That's it. You know what I mean? And then I start everything. I start everything from there. You know, I can even, let me see. Yep, let me see. This email is intended to, and this one that Hamza gave me, man. This one that Hamza gave me. Hold on, wait. This one that Hamza gave me. I always use this right here as an introduction. This email right here is always used for an introduction. This email right here, I promise you, has always worked for me, man. Hamza gave me this email, and he gave it to a lot of people, man. A lot of people. For over 2 years ago. I promise you, over 2 years ago. This is my introduction email right here. You know, and then let me see. This email is intended to express that our small business is in position to provide our core competencies to federal and state government agencies. Please see capability attached. And then I'll come back and say, what was the no, let me say this. How much was the what do I be saying, man? How much was the last awarded amounts for solicitation 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and who was it awarded to? Bam. That's it. That's my introduction. Something like that. But that's 9 times out of 10, man. I'm telling you, that's what I'm writing in my introduction. My subject is we are here to serve you. You know what I mean? That's it. I don't try to do anything crazy. I don't try to do anything extra. This is what we are here to do. You know what I mean? And I always 100% always attach my capability statement in PDF form. It ain't never in no PNG. It ain't never in no other format. It's always in PDF format, you know, and it's always one page. It's never 2, 3, 4, 5. None of them. I'm not sending them a long, you know what I mean? I'm not doing all of that. One page capability statement. You know what I mean? This is what has continued to work for me. I tried to put something else up there. It wasn't working. And I seen that because I can go, like I said, I can go to, let me stop sharing real quick. Let me see. I can go to, if I were to go, let's say, okay, like on mine. Let me go right here. This ain't even on mine. This is, this one I was right here. So check this out. If we were to go right here, you can also see that, hey, 61 was sent out, 61 was delivered, 44 was open, meaning giving them a 72% open rate. 10 of them was clicked. You know what I mean? One of them was unsubscribed. Like, this is how you can actually see and understand what's actually working. You know what I mean? That ain't mine right there. I'm giving you an example of how you can utilize SB Money Flow and see, like, okay, what's been working. That's how I found out that the other subjects that I was putting, the other information that I was putting in the subject line, it wasn't working for me. This right here was working for me, man. This was working for me. You know, this ain't no template, man. I'm just letting you know this is what my little tricks and my little tips, what I did and what what somebody else taught me, and what has continued to work for me, but again, this is how I start my thing off, man. I started off just like that. And then let's say if I got a question about a solicitation, I literally simply say question about solicitation number da 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 da, and then I'll put the title of it as well: landscaping, Columbia, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I'll put that on there in the subject line. That get open as well. You know what I mean? Because it's an open solicitation, especially if it's before the question deadline, because you got to read that solicitation. It's always a deadline on pretty much on everything, man. And when it comes to the questions, they got a cutoff date for that. And most of the time, 99.9% of the time, they got it in there and it's going to tell you. So when you put question about whatever solicitation in that number and then the topic of it, you know what I mean? Just a brief topic of it and where it's at. That's another way that it gets open. That's another way that it gets open, man. And again, I found this information out by looking at the information on SB Money Flow. The email side of it, like the email analytics. That's how I found that stuff out, man. And then, as I started looking more, as I started realizing in this consulting side that that we are developing, you have to bring some sort of value. You know what I mean? Like some sort of especially when you emailing these emailing or calling, but we're gonna stick to the emailing side right now. I'm not talking about calling or nothing right now. I'm talking about strictly emails right now. But you have to have some sort of value, some sort of value proposition. Like what is it going to be in for them? You know what I mean? Like what they gonna get out of it. You know what I mean? So that's another point that you have to make in the email. What is the why? Like what's the reason that you hitting them up? Like, is there a specific opportunity that they can't go after? That you can or your company can? Like, what is it going to be in it for them? Sometimes, man, most of the time, you got to realize, like, yo, these people ain't taking your phone call, man, or they ain't they're not even going to entertain that email if they ain't getting nothing out of it. Especially if it's a company that's worth 10 million, or they let me say not worth, but they're bringing in over 7 figures when it comes to revenue. But they ain't got too much time to listen to nobody. They ain't trying to put no money in their pocket. In fact, I feel like they incentivize us to do, like, to government contracting almost is incentivized for small businesses to partner up, JV, or team up with these bigger corporations. Like, it's our job to bring opportunities to them. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how I had to start looking at it. You know, so again, like what is the value proposition that that's going to be in it to them? You know, what's in it for them? You know what I mean? That's the question, or that's the subject, or that's what you got to have in it for that in there as well. So with that, let's say, the subject line, and this is this is just me and what I've seen that has worked for me so far, like as far like an introduction, introduction to what it may be to a meeting or in something like that. But let's say that that this company is, and let me stop sharing my screen real fast. Let me get my thought together. Let's say that that this company is actually doing business with Department of Veteran Affairs, right? That's the only agency that they actually been working with is the Department of Veteran Affairs. And they've been working with it for the last 5 years. They done generated a lot of money. You know what I mean? But that's the only company that agency that they actually done work with. But after utilizing SB money flow, and you done looked at opportunities first. Remember, guys, it starts with the opportunity. You know what I mean? It starts with the opportunity first. It ain't no uses. It ain't no sense you going out here trying to, unless you just, you're going to networking events and you going to these meetings and stuff like that, and these other small businesses is there. Then okay, cool. It's good to network with other people and exchange information and go from there. That's cool. But when it comes to these opportunities and you looking to grow and scale, like what we're trying to do and what I'm trying to do for my company, we're trying to team up with people. You know what I mean? And so with that being said, you have to make sure that if you're going to introduce or bring some money to them, yeah, you can bring some money that they already done been doing. So, yep, you're looking at opportunities from the Veteran Affairs, and you also looking at opportunities. Let's say hypothetically, you typed in their NAIC codes, all that they use, because you done their research utilizing fpds.gov, USA Spending, SB Money Flow, Marketplace. And you done seen that, hey, these guys really been spent. These guys, this agency, let's say Department of Education, has been spending a lot of money in these particular NAIC codes. And how come these guys don't know anything about this? That's a light bulb. That's an opportunity for you to look for opportunities that's based on those NAIC codes that Department of Education actually has put out for that particular based in that particular industry, and so that's how you bring those, that you would bring those opportunities as well, to that particular let's say you're looking to team up or you're looking to partner with a small business. You would simply in the email, this is how you would start it out. Let's say you try to get a call, you can't get to them, but you done got the email address from the owner, or you done got the email address of the business development manager, the person who actually can make that decision and say, yes, we can utilize your service. This is what I have realized what that utilize what has worked for me. This right here. Meeting about, let's say, like I said, Department of Education. Right here. Let me share my screen and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Right here. Subject line. This is what I would put in there. Intro meeting about Department of Education. And why I would say that as far as Department of Education, because I know that they have not done any business with the Department of Education, but utilizing SB money flow and the opportunities that are out there, and you done seen utilizing SB money flow for the last 15 years. They've been spending big money, millions, in that particular industry, based in that particular NAIC, with their particular NAIC codes. So this is an email intro that you can send to, again, either the owner of that small business, if it's somebody that's that's making a revenue over 7 figures, meaning over $1 million a year. It's very unlikely that you're going to get that email for that owner. You know what I mean? But sometimes you can. depending on, you know, that's sometimes like a lot of face-to-face meetings, face-to-face interactions, or you just so happen to be in the same space or the same meeting or same networking event. Yeah, then you may be able to get that email address. But 9 times out of 10, they ain't just floating around here on the web. You know what I mean? But if it's a government official, of course, of course, you know, like that's public information. But right now we're talking about teaming agreements or partners opportunities, you know, getting those debriefings with this particular example. So with that, I would start out by saying, hey, man, it's a, you know, subject line would be an intro meeting about the Department of Defense. And then with that, I would start out by saying, you know, this email, again, is intended to express that, hey, that our small business has noticed that Department of Education has pursued and awarded contracts in this particular industry based on your particular NAICS codes for the past several years. We have opportunity. There are some opportunities right now based on your NAICS codes that we have the certification, again, because we talk, again, you want to bring opportunities that they can't go after. And you want to bring opportunities that they can go after as well. So again, you want to have something that's a value proposition for them, because if they can go after the opportunity that's open to all small businesses and it's open to, you know, all veteran-owned businesses, then that ain't really beneficial to them because they can go after that. But if you're a woman-owned business and you hub zone, they can't go after them. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a woman-owned business, or let's say you're an 8A owned business, they can't go after them. So it's best that you bring them 8A opportunities or women-owned opportunities, or like I said, hub zone opportunities that Department of Education has awarded, you know, under their NAICS codes, you know, and that's really what you want to say. You know, in the email, you don't want to put all of that on there because you ain't trying to talk their head off. You want to, this email is to get to the point to say, hey, man, we got these opportunities. These opportunities is out there. We believe that your company is a good fit for these. You know, this is what we do. Da. Can we have a meeting? You know, can we have a sit down to go over these? You know, are you interested in this, basically? You know, and that's how you would. That's how I have went about getting these intro meetings. You know what I mean? And that's how I have went about seeing that, hey, man, these people are actually opening up these emails. You know, granted, when I've called these owners, I have been looking for a subcontractor. But, you know, your boy a couple days ago, I got that sub, man, so I'm good to go. So the next step moving forward, once he finished this project for me, is to go ahead and start contacting these owners and then going from there. You know, so maybe if I'm able to, man, I can get on a live and do an example or a live call, man, to, you know, how I try to bring on, you know, one of my clients. I'm not gonna do it on YouTube live though. Probably do it in the community some way. I'm pretty sure Travis can put it together some way I can get live on there. You know, if not, we can figure it out, man, to where only the community gonna be able to get in and hear that call. You know, because again, that's gonna be something that's gonna be new to me, something that you may hear me stuttering or whatever, you know. But you're gonna also see me going forward. You know, you may see me do 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 calls. You know what I mean? But that's how we moving together in this community right here, baby. Like, we ain't trying to sugarcoat nothing, to hold anything back. Like I said from the beginning, this is new to me. I'm learning. This is a learning experience. SB Money Flow has just accelerated my my exposure to this government contracting space. Like, it really has it has taught me a different perspective on how much money these people spending out here. You know what I mean? And they spending a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to, you know, what we actually talking about, man. The third topic, man, or the third part of the getting the debrief, you know, and that's the ask. You want to make sure, you know, and it goes along kind of sort of with what I just said as well, a part of the email, and making sure that you are, you know, getting straight to the subject. But you want to make sure that you getting that ask out there. Like, what's the one thing that you want to know? You know, you're not asking 5 or 6 different things, man. Like, you ain't gonna get no response that way, man. Like, you don't want to have them say, you don't want to ask them like, hey, man, what's this, and this, or man, how you think about this, or what you think about this? Like, no. The only point that you're trying to make right now is an introduction meeting. You're trying to have a sit down with them, whether that may be. If you want a phone call, can we hop on the phone? Or hey man, can we sit face to face? You know, me personally, I like face to face now, man. When we're talking about business, especially when in this government contracting space, man, because I'm well versed in it, man. And then you seeing these numbers and being able to match stuff and seeing utilizing SB money flow and seeing that, hey man, these guys they doing this and this, like it's making me look good, man, to show like, hey man, I see that you guys are out there doing business, man, big business with, you know, the federal government or this particular agency, you know, but these guys are actually doing business in your particular industry as well, you know. So let's sit down and let's see what we can do and see if we can make some money together. Because at the end of the day, it's all about making money, man. But it all starts with those relationships, you know. And that you may not get that signature on that first meeting, you know. You may not get it on that second meeting because at the end of the day, man, you're looking to try to spend or make millions with these people. You know, you ain't trying to just have a little fly overnight relationship with these with people and individuals. When I say people, I mean business owners. Like, we want to make sure that, you know, that we are really bringing some sort of value to these individuals. We are also asking what it is that we actually want, and we going forward, you know. But again, we are bringing value. That's the thing with debriefing, man. You bringing some sort of value when you talking about teaming up or partnering with somebody. It's not even they're not gonna listen to you. They may give you that meeting, you know, but when you get there, what are you really gonna talk about? You know, I'm a women-owned business, and you know, we certified, and we can work together. We can make some money together. Well, how we gonna make some money together if you ain't brought no opportunities to it? You know what I mean? How we gonna make some money together if you ain't brought opportunities that they can go after right now? You know, you already seen that they've been doing this for however long they've been in business. Yo, it's smart to go in already knowing what they've been doing, what lane they've been in, looking at the research based on their website, you know, and looking at like the opportunities that they've been winning, the type of opportunities they've been winning, you know, the type of opportunities they've been going for, when they actually be buying, you know, on SB Money Flow, man, the marketplace. You can see when you go to a business. I'm about to show y'all right now. You can go to a business, and I'm gonna pick on anyone, and you can actually see when they actually business. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they like to do business. This is based on mine, and it'll give you a general idea. Like, okay, these guys go after stuff in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? They go after stuff really. Oh, in the first and fourth quarter. It look like they still be awarded stuff in the second quarters and you know, first quarters and stuff like that. Third quarters, like they be chilling, but you can really see like, okay, cool, man. They really be doing their research when they do their research in the first and second quarter, and they start putting their proposals in third and fourth quarter. You know, or you know, the first quarter in 2023. But for the most part, you know, it looks like fourth quarter they going up. Fourth quarter right here they going up in it. You know, and that's pretty much all businesses, man. Like, you can really come in here and see, and this is just general research to give yourself a good idea of like, dang, why they not open up my email, or why they not seeing it on my email? It's because they're probably busy, man, putting in opportunities right now. They're probably busy, you know, setting up their proposal team, or they probably, you know, busy looking for opportunities right now, and they ain't got time to set it. They ain't got time to sit with nobody that is not trying to bring them no opportunities right now. You know what I mean? And so that's why you gotta, and when you sending out an email, you gotta make sure you got that good subject line. You want to make sure that you bring some sort of value to them, meaning you bringing opportunities, whether it's federal or state-wise, federal or state, or shoot, you can even do county if you see something out there for them. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these people that's already on federal level, they done forgot about state. They ain't even looking at county no more because, you know, they know it's a lot more easier, or it's a lot, I ain't gonna say easier, but the process of doing business is a little bit less strenuous than it is when you're doing business on the state and the local side. You understand? So with that being said, we got to make sure that when we looking for teaming opportunities or partnerships, make sure we ask, You know what I mean? Make sure that we we asking for the intro, almost asking for the giving our ask in the intro, because it's like a intro meeting for, like I said, Department of Education, something that they have not looked at before. You understand? So that's what, and then you coming in the subject, keeping it very brief. Maybe let me see what was suggested. Like I said, in the subject line, you want to make sure it's only 50 characters, but it wasn't anything really suggested. But you don't want to be too long. When it comes to these emails, man, people got stuff to do, man. Like, you got stuff to do. Like, especially if you making money, you ain't got time to be sitting up there trying to read a whole dang on newsletter, and you ain't setting no time aside to read that newsletter. Speaking of newsletter, we got newsletters coming up next month, baby. So check out look out for those too, man. But you want to make sure that these emails are short. You know what I mean? When you looking to get a debrief. And same thing with the contracting officers. However, when it comes to them, it's more so a phone call. You can call them, you feel me? And a lot of time they don't answer, because again, they getting 50 phone calls a day. They got 200 emails coming in. So hey, if you got to call every day until you get an email, or a call, or you got to call 3-4 times a week to get to make sure that the person at the Ostabu is going to answer, then hey, that's what it is. Sometimes you can get through to the contracting officer when it comes to calling. But I found that it's easier for me to get through email. A lot of my questions has been answered through email, and then when it comes to debriefing, I literally, it was a local level debriefing that I got accepted. So it was easy for me to go there and say, hey, how do I set up a meeting with you guys to go over, what we do, and I want to see what you guys do. And it was a whole community of people, man. All the agencies were there. HHS was there. Social Security was there. Social Service was there. It was a lot of different agencies, man. Local agencies that was there. That was a part of the community, man. That was in our county, but they were statewide though, and the directors were in the same room as me. And so that right there was just a network of people that I had no idea I really had access to, and they don't know anything or hardly anything about the federal side. You understand? So it's all a learning experience, man. But that's how you can come in as a SM, a subject matter expert. What's that you asking, Tim? Actually, we keep it short and brief. Yes, sir, man. Simple and brief. Yes, man. Simple and brief. You ain't trying to hold no whole conversation through email. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it is. Just like when you trying to get in contact with a business owner and you got an opportunity right now for them, and you get the email. You ain't trying to leave no extensive email, man. It's like, hey, man, my name is Courtney. My name is such and such. I'm from such and such. I got this opportunity right now that's worth 7 figures. Can you call me back? Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? At this number. And so in so many ways, like I showed you, I'll let y'all listen to a couple phone calls that I did when I was looking for a sub, man. Like, and them bad boys called me back later on that day. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it's about business. You know what I'm saying? It's about the business. It's about business, man. And so that goes down. It goes along with the last topic, man. And it goes along with the subject line, man. Don't distract, baby. Don't distract from what it is that you actually trying to do. Again, all of this stuff ties back together, man. But you're looking at the open rate when it comes to these emails. You know what I'm saying? Like, the open rate is what we're looking for. We know that we want to know what's working and what ain't working. And so we don't want to distract from that. So if we see that this is not working, but this is, we going with that right there. And if we see that, yo, man, we looking to get an intro meeting with, about this particular department right here. That's what we saying, because that's what we asking for. That's the ultimate goal. It's to either sit down with them one-on-one, or we sitting down to, we getting a phone call. But you better ask that in that email. Very simple. You understand what I'm saying? So with that right there, man, I'm telling you, man, like, it's real easy to get the information that you need to help you send out the information, or show them like, yo, you know what you're talking about. You see that these agencies been spending this money in their particular NAICS code, because it's all about money. You know what I mean? Like, everybody trying to get money. Everybody trying to build these relationships as well, because at the end of the day, all money ain't good money. You know what I mean? Like, like I said in a previous live, man, like, you may not, all partnerships ain't gonna be good. You may not like all the people that you looking to get business with, man. And so you don't need to get in business with them. You want to make sure that what I'm saying, like, you don't necessarily got to like somebody for the business relationship to work. If the paperwork is incorrect and ain't no feud and anything going back and forth, it's respect there at all times, and the money is right. Let's go, man. We ain't even got to see each other that much, man. We still gonna debrief every week to make sure everything is straight and everything is moving forward. But we got to make sure that we getting straight to the point when it comes to sending out these emails and making these phone calls, and leaving these voicemails. We want to get straight to the point. It ain't no lollygagging around when it comes to that, man. But with that being said, man, you guys got any questions, when it comes to utilizing SB money flow and get in a debrief? Did you have any questions about that? I'm gonna put my what's the name below, so you guys can, if you know anybody interested in the SB money flow, make sure that you send them to that link, man. And they definitely still will get GovCon University, and Pure Money AI, and they also will get their money card. Mine should be in the mail. I need to go check my mail. Should came today, and then we're gonna go from there, man. Can you show your template again? Oh, this was okay. Let me see. I got you. Yep. Right here. Like I said, the hook was what I was talking about. Subject line, and then like I said before, this one right here is if I had a question about a particular opportunity that was out right now. But if I was doing the intro, like I said, this is what I would put. That's what I would put. And then a good day, John. I would always attach my capability statement and everything. And then make sure that you actually having is there some sort of value proposition when you're reaching out to them, or what's in it for them. This is my example, like I said, for a subject line when you are when you want to get a debriefing or a meeting with a potential teaming partner or subcontractor, if that may be. But this is my subject line example right here. Intro meeting about Department of Education. And the reason why I put that, if you wasn't here, was because if I seen that they have not done any business with the Department of Education, because those are the opportunities that I'm going to bring to them, as well as opportunities with the agency that they are already working with. But I'm talking about the money that we're gonna make together as well about this agency. So this is the introduction, because I know they have not done any business with them by the research I've done. And then that goes along with the ask, the one thing that you want, which is either that phone call, or you looking to get that one-on-one meeting with them, whether it's like I said, a debriefing, what they call it, or a meeting, and you're looking to get that either with another business, a potential JV or a partner, or you're looking to get a debriefing with a contracting officer to pretty much go over your business's capabilities. You understand? But you also are bringing an opportunity that is either in pre-solicitation stage or it's in a forecasting stage, and you want to get more information on it. Whether that may be, seeing if they are, seeing if they could tell you what their budget is, seeing if they could tell you how many personnel they want on there, just questions like that to see what it all like questions that you can learn about them. You know what I'm saying? About obtain my LLC, so I'm here to. That's what's up, Amber. That's what's up, man. We like I said, we have right now. If you click that link right there, that's above, man, on SB Money Flow right now, you get for free a GovCon University, which pretty much break down everything you need to know when it comes to, you know, government contracting. And I mean everything from getting your LLC all the way down to, you know, proposal writing, pricing, you know, all of that good stuff. You know, it breaks all of that stuff down. Again, on here, man, on Mondays, I go over my tips and tricks of what I do to utilize SB Money Flow, the marketplace, you know, the CRM and everything that comes with that. You know, I go on here and utilize and talk about what I do. But for sure, man, it's definitely take your time, man. Don't rush. You know, definitely learn what you can, the free stuff. Don't, you know, if you're not in a position to start buying anything, don't buy anything. You know what I mean? Like, learn everything first, man, that you can before you try to buy anything. Make sure that you actually in a position to afford it, and you know you're you know, it's going to progress your company forward. You know, as well as what I'm trying is what I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying? So, did I have any more questions? You know, again, man, we want to make sure, man, that we get straight to the point, man. Straight to the point. We ain't sugarcoating nothing. You know, we're not wasting any time when it comes to introducing ourselves, whether it is a contracting officer or a, like I said, a small business. But again, man, it's easier for you to get a debriefing opportunity, get a debriefing with a contracting officer, especially if you have a trouble getting in contact with them, whether it may be email or phone, they're not responding back. Then boom, hit it, send an email. And this is what the director of the what was that, man? Well, man, it was up there in Maryland. Oh man, what was she the director of? Was it the Ostabu? Yeah. What Ostabu? Was it the Department of Education? Oh, he came. One of the Ostabus up there. The director came to the VIP event that I went to, or forum that I went to in Maryland back in February. And she said, yo, if you having trouble, this was the lady that runs stuff on the Ostabu side. She said, if you having trouble getting in contact with the contracting officers, you know, whether it may be phone call or email, she said to whatever your Ostabu representative is in your particular area. Like, for example, if I want to reach out to the Ostabu for in the Department of Veteran Affairs, I know my district is District 6. You know, and if I want to look at District 7, I can look at District 7 as well. But every agency has a particular district or area that they work in. You know, and so and every Ostabu representative is in that area. You know, so that's who you want to reach out to. But she said, whenever you emailing them again, CC that Ostabu, your Ostabu representative in that particular email. And then go about it that way and see if you can get a response that way. You know, and you want to make sure that you're reaching out to your Ostabu as well, creating that relationship. Not on trying to be trying to backdoor nobody or trying to throw nobody in the bus and get nobody in trouble. None of that, man, because that ain't what we're doing. You know, we're not trying to get anybody in trouble. We are just trying to do business. You know, and the Ostabus, that's what they're there for, man. They are there to make sure that these agencies are really spending time and spending money and spending resources with small businesses, you know. And so setting up debriefing is what the Ostabus will assist you with. You know, that's what she told us personally. That's the best way to go about it. You know, if you are trying to, especially if you've been reaching out over months and you ain't got no response from them, make sure that you're reaching out to your Ostabu representative for that agency. And you are letting them know, like, hey, man, I've been trying to reach out to them, you know, such and such. They ain't never gave me a response back. CC them in on the email next time asking your question or, you know, whatever it is that you're saying. And that's going to tell you as well, man. It could be that you sending too much of a long email and that's the reason why they ain't responding back. Or it could be that you asking for 10 things and that's the reason why you ain't responding back. Like I said, you want to ask one thing and you want to make this thing short and brief and get straight to the point in your subject line. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Want to make sure that you are getting straight to the point, you know, and watch your open rate go up, you know, and that's how you can get in front of these individuals, whether it may be a contracting officer, you know, or a small business owner when it comes to getting a debrief or a meeting with them to introduce your services and bring these opportunities to the forefront, or ask questions about, get in front of these opportunities, whether it may be on the forecast website of that agency, or, you know, they in the pre-solicitation stage, you know, or, you know, they in that, what is that, RFI stage, they request for information, you know, so they still legally able to, you know, you're able to ask questions to them, and the public won't see that. You understand? Because, you know, when it's already in the solicitation stage, every question that you ask, that's how you able to see what the previous companies have asked as well. But if you hit them up in that not foreclosed, but that forecasting or that RFI or pre-solicitation stage, nah, those questions don't get publicized. You know what I mean? Nobody in the public normally don't see those questions at all. You know, and then when you want a debriefing as well, you know, you're going to get a debriefing. I mean, you get that debrief, you get that meeting with them whenever you want to get in contact with them, man. And then after, let's say that you send in, let's say the debriefing side of it. Let's say that you sent in a proposal and everything. You always ask for a debrief. You always want to know why you won the contract. I mean, why you was awarded it, or why you weren't awarded. You know, and that's just another way for you to get in front of them, man, for them to see your face, whether it's a Zoom call or you're close enough to have, if they got enough time and you're close enough, you're able to go there, you know, or, hey, if they got time, you're able to just fly there and meet them, you know, to get that debriefing, to just get in front of them, man. People do business more with people who they know, like, and trust. Simple as that. You understand? So if they know you more, it's going to be more opportunities out there that they can just place in your hand almost, you know, because we all know that we got certain thresholds that if they up under these thresholds, they can reach out to you and say, hey, can you fulfill this for us? You know, and it's up to you. You got the power in that moment to decide. You know, but debriefings is an automatic, man. You automatically do a debriefing whether you win the opportunity or you don't win the opportunity. That's how you get your, you know, your name, or you get your company's name in front of them. You know, even if they don't set up a Zoom meeting, or if they don't set up a one-on-one meeting with you, you ask for that debriefing and they still gonna respond back. They got to respond back. You know, it's a FAR code in there somewhere that says that if you ask for a debriefing, they definitely got to respond back to it. They don't got to give you no video meeting, no Zoom meeting, and they don't got to give you no face-to-face. That's for sure. But if you ask for a debriefing, they definitely got to respond back, whether it may be to tell you whatever it is that you ask. You know what I mean? But it's mainly, you want to know, again, you want to know in that debriefing, why did we win? You know, hey, you had this right here worked. This right here was good. Or it could have been you was the lowest. You know what I mean? Or you could have been, you was the only one that bid in on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been whatever type of reason. And if that was the case, then you know how to adjust certain things moving forward with your company. You feel me? But I ain't gonna hold you guys for too long, man. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys got any questions, please drop them in the chat real quick, man. I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds, and if not, a couple more seconds. And if not, I'll go ahead and let you guys go. But man, hey, I appreciate you, man, for coming through tonight, checking your boy out. Let me see. I forgot to let me see. You know, and remember, man, we still have this, we still got our community. You know, let me share my screen. Cents is what you need to go to, baby. Dollars to cents in this community is free. You understand? Click on community. You're going to ask a couple questions. Man, I think it's like 3 questions. You know, it ain't anything crazy. Like, what are you trying to get out of this? Like, what's your, you know, what are you trying to get out of this? What value can you bring to it? And another question, you know. But yeah, man, we put some information out there as well. We are about to get ready to hold private group meetings as well, where information and resources is specifically for the particular the Pure Money family. So, you know, make sure you guys are getting in here. It is go to dollars to cents, and we are you know, going to continue to put out more content out there for you guys. Telling you guys about more resources. Again, like I mentioned earlier, we do have a newsletter that's going to be coming out, you know, so look out for that. Again, man, I appreciate you guys for coming out, man. It doesn't look like we have any questions. I appreciate that, Tim. I appreciate that, man, for real. I haven't decided what next week's live is gonna consist of, but man, you know, like I did last time, man. Whatever you guys think or want me to talk about, put it in the community. You know, put it in you know, dollars to go to our, like I said, go to our community, and that particular request goes to the top, and I talk about that. You know, whatever it is that you guys want to hear about or talk about, or you want me to dive in some more, put that into the community, and then that's what I'm talking about, man. Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and come up with topics that I see that the, you know, that the United States, that the citizens, that the businesses want to know about. You feel me? Like we got the information out there, there's apps out there that you can look and see what people searching for, you know, and I'm gonna go off of that and find out, you know, what they're looking for, and I'm gonna bring that here. You know, we're gonna continue to grow, baby. But that's what's up, man. Again, I appreciate you guys for coming out, man, and checking me out. We're gonna be here next Monday. We're gonna go from there, man. Y'all take it easy.